Our next presenter is a friend of mine, Barbara Nowick, and she's going to be discussing crypto PR, which isn't sketchy at all.
Hello. Hello everybody. Yes, my name is Barbara. I'm on the Destination Israel program, and I'm from Argentina. I'm not gonna apologize about the fact that I speak Spanish because that's what she told me. But yeah, just keep in mind that English is not my first language. I'm gonna talk about how I got involved in crypto PR, which is not my original field. So I want to start talking about misunderstandings. Misunderstandings are for me, one of the worst problems among human beings. I think nothing is more frustrating than trying to deliver a message and not finding the right words, or even worse, not being understood. And miscommunication can lead to terrible consequences, like beautiful relationships that can be lost, misinvestment, and also great ideas. Great ideas with amazing potential could be dismissed or forgotten forever. And many times this happens because we're lazy, because we don't take the proper time to think about the people we're talking to, or audience, or the person we want to communicate with. And what I noticed that if you want to speak to someone, that someone will probably listen if you look at them, and if you're clear, if you're interesting, and of course if you're directed to the person. Go ahead. Not yet. So this is the challenge that I personally face every day, being here in Israel. And I guess this is one of the reasons why I decided to study public relations. And what I love trying to speak in a different language. And why probably now I'm here talking to you. So I want to try to break as many barriers of communication as I can. And so this happened to me a few months ago when I started my internship here in Israel, in Tel Aviv. So I started working for a PR agency. And I was introduced to a few words that I heard but I had no idea about. Yes, I'm talking about Bitcoin and blockchain, and especially ICOs. So one of my first assignments when I started my internship, they asked me, okay, I need you to write a blockchain PR article. And this is me, just let me remind you, a Spanish speaker. My background was in tourism and hospitality, and I found myself trying to write about fintech in English. To be honest, it was scary, like now here, but I couldn't resist the challenge, the personal challenge. And this is what happened. I started reading, and I quickly realized that it was bigger than that. That I could also be an opportunity for me to help this world, like almost like an alien, another planet world that is this tech and finance world that maybe some of you are involved. And so I was there with the opportunity to communicate their crypto ideas to the people that have no idea about it. And this is something that I've been thinking about, like one of the biggest challenges to overcome when you have to celebrate an idea or something that you love is get to people to love it. So that's what you want to do. Like you have an idea, but then you have to sell it. And well, usually in a normal situation in a company, you can use normal PR. But what happens if that great idea is based on a language that most people don't understand, or that just a very specific people master or would like to master? So, at this point, I mentioned a couple times the word blockchain. So what the fuck is blockchain? Okay, so I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but basically just to make clear some concepts, you have Bitcoin, that you probably heard about it many times. It's pretty much a digital currency, and what allows people to send and receive this digital ledger across the internet. This happens because somebody, or people, I'm not going to go too deep into that either, created this platform that's blockchain. So in the blockchain, it's possible to sell this Bitcoin. And this blockchain is this giant online thing, ledger, that what it does is record the transactions between anybody who buys this coin. And what's new about it is that it's decentralized, that nobody owns it. And well, it's also very safe and secure, and there's these people called miners that solve very complex equations and are able to verify that these transactions are okay. And since this happened, the technology has evolved, and this allowed other companies to create more blockchains. So the second most popular is Ethereum. And what makes it different is that it was the first blockchain that allowed other companies in an easier way to build their own platform. So what happened, it was that a lot of companies with ideas developed, what happened this year mostly, developed their own projects and on this blockchain. I just brought the example of Bancor because it's famous in Israel, because it's based on Tel Aviv, and they developed this project and they did it through an ICO. This is a word that you might be seeing, and it means initial coin offering. And it's pretty much where, through the release of a new cryptocurrency, these companies can fund a project development. So pretty much people with startups are releasing a token to develop a crypto project. So if we can talk about this deeper if you want later, but I'm going to continue. So how can a person in PR help these companies? So this is a few of the strategies that we can use in the communication field. For example, raising awareness. And what I'm saying with this is we need to think about how we're going to talk to an audience, how we're going to talk to the people. And we're going to find in the crypto world two kinds of people: the crypto experts and the people who haven't heard about it. So this is where it's important for us to help them, to deliver the message to them, to find the ways and the platforms to talk to them. And building credibility is another strategy, and it's related with leadership. The world is very interested now in this crypto world, but there are no experts. And this is a great opportunity for us that are we interested in practicing leadership to get involved. So even if it's just writing about it, you will get attention. So this is one of the tools we can use. For people who like to write, it's a great chance for developing a blog in the different platforms available. And last, and this is another interesting point for the PR aspect, is trying to build the community. If you want to launch your idea, your ICO, your company, your blockchain startup, you need to think about no conventional social media channels. You won't find these crypto experts only in Twitter or Facebook. So this is a great opportunity to use different social media that are available and we're not usually using. And I'm just going to go quickly on this. You have Telegram, you have Slack, you have Reddit, and my personal favorite is Steemit. Steemit is quite new and it's developing a lot of popularity because it's based on the blockchain. And this little detail makes it a lot of really popular among the crypto community. So you will find a lot of crypto experts over there. And the thing interesting about them is that it allows users to gain Steem coins by posting relevant comments. So if you actually post relevant comment, even if you just comment or even discover somebody talking that knows, you can actually get Steem money, which is crypto money. Steemit also encourages people to use tags. There's one that is really popular now that is called Introduce Yourself. I found it really interesting for me that I feel a writer as well. So I found in Steemit a nice way to use the platform. So this is one example of what blockchain technology can do. It is not just related with coins and cryptocurrency. There are a lot of things that we can do with this technology, but there's still lacking people that know what to do with this. So this is a great opportunity for us in any field, either tech, finance, even in PR or communication, to get involved, to try to become a leader in this field. So this is why I wanted to talk a little bit more about this, and just want to say that, let's get involved and see what happens.